Yeah, man. I mean, just wait. Let's wait for Ari.
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and you know, a happy family day. Rich girl trucker, come on here. Hey, girl. Look, it's good to see you. Good to see you. Much love to you. Yeah, so we're gonna get started soon. We got blockchain Kobane coming on, and he's gonna drop you some wisdom, some nuggets on tonight on what's gonna be happening this week and what you need to be doing so that you can finish the end of the year strong. We want to get more people on the list, so let everybody know, let your teams know. Let me know where you're coming in from. Chrissy Pips is here. Miss Pip-tastic herself. Chrissy, listen. There she is. She about to be my marketer, and she don't even know it. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't know what we got.
I got you, Dr. K. I got you.
Y'all don't know what we got in this room. You don't realize all this money that's sitting up in here, all this money, all this talent, everything that's going on. You see that going in her background? Crypto. Okay? Crypto. All of that is getting ready to start happening here. Not just crypto. Come on, crypto. You see how she did that? Let me see it. Let me see if I can do that. Let me see if I can pull this back and get me some ECC 11. Y'all see that? Y'all see that ECC 11 back? Listen, Karen is in the house. Guys, I am so excited about what's going on. And Curtis was on this morning with us. We got something good in store for you next week. Curtis and I is going to be, we're going to do a segment on my channel, and it's going to be all crypto. So y'all will know. It's going to be all crypto, and I'm going to show you how it's done on ECC 11. I'm going to show him how I do it on 2.0, and he's going to show you how it's done. So guys, we want to make sure we get everybody in here. Make sure you tag your friends. Everybody's coming in. Let me know where you're coming in from. Let me know where you're coming in from. I see you, Tony. I see you over there. Who else we got? All right, Sarah. Dayla, like, I'm just sitting back. I'm just going to get these pips. I'm in crypto right now. I see the drop, but that's all right. It's coming back up. I'm going to buy the dip. Buy the dip. Abilene, Texas, Columbia, South Carolina, Orlando, Florida, Riverdale, Georgia, Houston, Texas. Come on, Texas is in the house. Atlanta, Rhino, the west. Look, Chrissy said the west side of Detroit. Yes, Curtis blitzing. Curtis doing his thing. It's his season. It's his time to shine. If you knew his story, you understand why he's where he's at right now. And guys, when you get invested and get invested the right way, you can just sit back. Everybody just sit back. Just sit back and collect it. Let your money work for you. This is called letting your money work for you and you don't work for it. I done left the office and found me a chair in the bedroom. I'm at my mother-in-law's house, but still, you can just sit back. Come on, Maryland, Richmond, Virginia. That's where my other grandma is from. Oh, Maryland is in the house. Karen, and who's that? DD Talks. Come on, Miss Diane. Okay, we got about a couple of more minutes. Chrissy, let me know when Curtis comes on. And Shante, if you can make him the host as well. I mean, a co-host. Is that Louisville, Texas? Texas is showing out today. Come on, Quiet Storm. Atlanta, Georgia, Miss Miranda's in the house. Listen, let me tell you something. We have a gala. Let me turn that down some. We have a gala December 5th. Curtis, when he comes on. We have a gala event, black tie event in Atlanta, Georgia. December the 5th at 4 a.m. Let me see if I can find the flyer real quick. December 5th at 4 a.m. VIP tickets are $99 right now. And we're going to have none other than Hirsch Anon in the house. We're going to have Tyrone Foster in the house, Dr. China Bethley in the house, Millie Mills in the house, myself and Miss Miranda Green. She's going to be there as well as Dr. Jerry Owens. Listen, you don't want to miss this. We're finishing this year strong. We got Tyrone Foster, and we got Hirsch Anon, DCX educator. We're going to break it down all the way around. You're going to get so full. It's going to be so lit. You guys need to be there. Karen, if you're on vacation, girls, just come on down. Miranda, drop in the chat the link to where they can go and register. You don't want to miss this. We tried to get Curtis, but he's going to be with his kids that weekend. But, you know, we got DCXs in the house.
You know y'all going to have fun with Tyrone Foster.
Huh?
You know y'all gonna have fun with Tyrone Foster.
Y'all listen. Tyrone be on Instagram doing stuff like this. He be dancing with his fingers. Y'all know he's a superstar, right? Literally, he really is a superstar.
Yeah.
He's a recording artist.
He used to be on America's Best Dance Crew also.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
So I've been following him for a long time. Tyrone is very entertaining, and it's not going to be a dull moment at all. So you guys don't want to miss this. And the man is so full of wisdom. He's been trading Forex for a long time now. He's been trading crypto. Well, not really crypto. He mostly did a lot of Forex pairs, but he has a lot of wisdom. It's a whole lot of wisdom in that room on that night. And it's going to be great. I have a prospect on that just called me. Might have to hop off for real quick. That's okay, Dayla. You go ahead and secure that bag and then have him to hop on and listen to Curtis. Chrissy, is Curtis in the house yet?
Not yet.
All right. He'll be here soon. The man is all over the place. He is all over the place. Shantae, I'm going to make Chrissy a co-host as well. So in case you see Curtis before you do. Yeah, I got your text, Shantae.
The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Curtis Kobane is in the building.
Blockchain Kobane. Y'all better come on with it. Listen, I told you my baby was going to be here. Listen, I want everybody to know that I am officially the auntie. Okay? I am the auntie, and I do not play about my Curtis. Okay? We go way back. We pretty much started together.
Yep.
And we pretty much started together, and I remember meeting him in Detroit, and we all were still trying to figure it out and everything. And I am so grateful for him. He has a powerful testimony. God has blessed him tremendously. And all of us support him. We back him. He's been loving since day one. Highly intelligent, very smart. God has blessed him with the wisdom, the knowledge in this crypto nation in order to know how to buy and sell and what to invest in, what not to invest in. Everything that he has predicted before it came out on CNBC or before it came out the mouth of Saylor. I can't think of his name right now. But before it came out of anybody's mouth, you heard it first from I am. I am not lying. If I'm not lying, drop a 1 in the chat, because everything that he told us to buy and to invest in, and we did, when the world caught up to it, we was already deep in. So this is the kind of knowledge and everything that I'm talking about that you're going to get on tonight. Curtis, we have made you a co-host. He is the #1 educator on DCX and about to be the #1 educator in the company. It is his time, it's his season, and he wants to share what he wants to be a blessing to everybody else, because it doesn't do any good when you get there to the top and you don't bring people up with you. So what I love about him the most is his compassion for helping people. He's been where you at, and he want to see you win, just like we want to see him win. And I, without further ado, because I can sit here and talk all day long, but I want to know what to buy next. I want to know who I need to invest in. I don't know nothing. Look, trucker woman, I don't know nothing about these NFTs, but all I know is when Curtis said, go get one, I go get it. And my husband's like, you gonna stop buying this stuff. What is this? Every time that you see Bitcoin is dropping and then you go invest in more. I was like, Kurt said, buy the dip, so I'm buying the dip. And I'm buying this cartoon stuff. You know, I don't even know what it is. I said I was gonna go outside, take a picture of a trash can and post it to see if I can make money off of it like everybody else. But this man knows about this stuff, and how, I don't know. I really don't know, but I want to know. So I'm a student. And then I want to say this, and I'm gonna turn it over to you, Curtis. Y'all look out for the flyer next week. Curtis Kobane is going to be on ECC 11 2.0 London payout next week, showing you on that channel how to buy crypto. Curtis, I'm going to turn it over to you, baby. You do what you need to do.
Oh, listen, I appreciate you so much. So first of all, I see I got a brother in here that says Curtis Galaxy Note 20. I appreciate you, family. Galaxy all day. Let's go, Android family.
Yeah. Yep. I love it, man. Thank you.
Gotta show love. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take some time today to kind of, you know, keep things simplified, making sure that everybody has an opportunity to really understand this information, understand this space. Now, one of the things I always do whenever I get on my Zoom calls is, y'all got to get off these old little shutting down the camera things. We on here to have fun. I want to see my cousin's face. I want to see the excitement. I want to see the smiles. I want to see the lace fronts. I want to see all the dudes y'all done got done. All right, I want to see some edges today. All right, family. What's going on, fam? I appreciate y'all. Y'all be getting all fly to sitting back behind the camera. Don't nobody know who y'all. There go my cousin. What's going on? I got my flying Amazon in the building. What's going on with you? I love it. So really quickly, if anybody who doesn't know me, who hasn't met me yet, I'm Curtis Kobane Branch, born and raised Detroit, Michigan, obviously Detroit. And I met Dr. K. It was so funny. I met Dr. K in my first really big meeting we had in Detroit. I had like just gotten the company. I was so amped up, and we both were sitting in the back of the room figuring this stuff out, looking at the MT4 on our phone. Like, I don't understand all of it yet. We definitely gonna get it together one way or the other. And I still got that picture of us hanging out in the room with Lawrence and Jewel. We were all just sitting around, just kind of powwow and figuring things out. What's going on, Angela? So we were taking some time to just kind of hang out and, you know, really get to know each other. And when I tell you, Dr. K has been the exact same woman from the day I met her until now. Right. I always tell people money doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you more of what you already were. Right. And she's continued to be a blessing to myself and to others and to the company. Right. When ECC 11 hit, I was at the crib like, what is the ECC 11? Is that like a new, it's like a new oil? That's like WD-40 or something special. I don't know what that is. Right? But I was trying to figure it out. And I went and checked her out. I'm like, oh, this is some biblical work. Okay. And I had to think like, duh, who I'm talking to. This auntie, I already know how she moved. Right. If it ain't got the lawyer, then it ain't got nothing to do with her. So I'm always thankful whenever she has me on a call or just being able to kind of just sit and talk with her. Like, her energy is infectious. She always has me smiling when I see her. Like, if I see her halfway down the hallway, I'm like, that's it. I'm running down the hallway trying to see her. But super honored to be on the call with you guys. So what I want to do today, let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys. Let's see, the host has it disabled, so I got to let me see if I got to get the host or the co-host. There we go. So what I want to do is kind of take my time and kind of slowly ramp up, right? I don't want to go right into the sauce. I know some of y'all like, Kurt, I watched your classes. I'm past the favorite section. Just go into all the coins right now. Like, I get it. I know some of y'all ready to go. Y'all chomping at the bit. But I want to make sure that when I'm taking this journey with you guys, that I'm doing this in a way where it's easy for everyone to follow along with us right now, right? We got over 100 people on this call, and I want to make sure that as we kind of, you know, just travel through and break things down, it remains simplistic because it can get really complicated really fast. Let me see, do I got host yet? Not yet. I don't have the host just yet or co-host just yet. But definitely want to make sure that you guys are going to get everything you need.
We're going to make you host.
Okay. Let's see. There we go. Share that one and boom. There we go. So let's see here. Let's go ahead. I was checking out one of these projects as well. So really quickly, one of the websites that I love to use is CoinGecko. And I want to talk a little bit about CoinGecko, and I kind of want to move forward from there. Let's see, move this over a little bit. So there we go. Awesome sauce. So with CoinGecko, right, this is one of those websites where it allows us to do research, it allows us to come in and have an unbiased way to see what's happening in the market and to find certain projects that may be lining up for us to go ahead and get involved with. Now, in today's class, like what you're going to learn today is how to research coins properly, which is extremely important. I cannot tell you how important this is. And number two, is I want to make sure that you guys are understanding, Fibonacci a little bit, because we want to leave a couple things to, coming into the calls and really going into the favorite section. And the third thing is I want you guys to understand where this is headed, right? And how we want to have a certain thought process as we're exploring this space and learning this space, right? So first things first, crypto.com, CoinGecko, really great website. Loving when you guys can come in here and doing research. Now, as you can see at the top here, we have all the different coins right now that this website is listing. Well over 11,000 coins right now in the world. There's so many different projects right now. Not everything in the world is created equal when it comes to crypto. So I'm always stressing the fact that, hey, yes, you may have friends that are getting involved with it. Maybe somebody in your social media became a crypto guru in the last 45 minutes. I'm gonna need you guys to understand that when you're looking about projects or get into these coins, please don't follow everything you see on social media. Okay. Like, I get tons, when I say tons of messages about folks like, hey, Kurt, can you check out this coin? Hey, Kurt, can you check out that coin? Hey, Kurt, can you check out this coin? And I mean, it's not like I'm ignoring people, but I'm telling you guys, like, there's a lot of people that think everything that they see on social media is the next Bitcoin. Okay. We can't fall for this stuff, family. Like, me and Mike have gone through and done things in our class. We want to make sure you guys are getting information and assimilating it. But one of the biggest things we talk about is the tokenomics, right? Understanding that not every coin is created equal. And just for a quick example, right, we'll go down here and check out Bitcoin. Notice that Bitcoin has something very important attached to it, right? When we look at the tokenomics, it really kind of falls into all the statistics you see here with market cap, 24-hour, right, fully diluted, circulating supply, total supply, and max supply, right? With this max supply, this is usually where we start, right? We don't go any further than what is happening with the max supply of the coin, right? If I can track the max supply, I know exactly where this demand could go, what the actual price of the coin could do. It gives me a really good opportunity to get a project that may not be very known yet, right? But as I'm getting involved with it, the actual use case can expand. And by it not being a lot, supply and demand definitely will start to ramp up in my favor if I'm doing so. Now, with Bitcoin, it's one of the first projects that solved the double spending problem, right? There were plenty of different iterations of digital currencies before Bitcoin came along, but they never solved the double spending issue. Or anybody who was operating on the network, they found ways to hack it and double spend and be able to kind of find ways to make the network not very compliant or not very useful, right? So people can find ways in to find backdoors and to basically stealing from the network. Bitcoin's the first blockchain that's ever solved the double spending issue. This is why it has that branding. This is why it's the #1 coin. And people always say, well, Bitcoin's slow or Bitcoin's not very fast as these other networks. Bitcoin doesn't have smart contracts. We can't, create anything on Bitcoin's network. Bitcoin over time has become so much more useful because even just recently, a weekend ago, they just launched something called Taproot, right? Taproot is going to allow people to actually build smart contracts on Bitcoin's network, right? Like, think about what I just said here, right? Something like Taproot is going to allow you to come into this space and you're going to be able to say, you know what? Ethereum has DeFi. Ethereum has NFTs. Ethereum has, all these different use cases with decentralized exchanges. Bitcoin's going to have that as well very soon, ladies and gentlemen, right? This is where we're headed, right? People don't even know about Taproot yet. They're like, wait, is it a coin? Do I buy Taproot? I'm like, no, it's just an extra layer of technology plugged into Bitcoin, right? As soon as I say one thing, it's like those little birds on Finding Nemo. And they're like, mine. Everybody's like, coin. Like, I'm trying to keep people focused on not getting all caught up on just getting coins. Really fall in love with the technology, fall in love with the innovation, because if you can do that, you'll be able to stay ahead of the curve when it comes to adopting this new technology, right? So with Taproot, we're definitely gonna be paying attention to the different things being built out inside of Bitcoin's network. But this is the beginning of something phenomenal, especially with the onset of the metaverse, right? This gives us a lot of ability to come in and say, hey, now I have the ability to come in, participate with a network, and not only participate, but actually thrive as an early adopter, right? This is game changer information, family. So that being said, want to move on a little bit with this. Now, notice inside of what we have going on right now, it's saying that the total supply of Bitcoin is fully in circulation right now. Nah, not really. All right, this is more than likely a typo, because the max supply of Bitcoin is going to take a long time for it to fully be in circulation right now. even with this, we're saying we're on like 18. That's more likely the circulating supply. The total supply, well, I'm sorry, the total supply is 21 million. I'm sorry. The circulating supply right now is currently at 18. We're not at that max amount just yet. So over time, we'll get there. But there's also something I want to show you guys really quickly. And that is, all right, the BTC halving, right? Or halvening, right? So the halvening is essentially where every 4 years, Bitcoin goes through this cycle, right? Where the amount of Bitcoin that come into existence gets cut in half, right? Now, hear me clearly. This is one of the things that we take full advantage of inside of this market as investors, okay? Because most people, they'll see this and say, okay, what's the big deal? There's a whole like timer with a clock in on it. Why do I care about this, Kurt? If you knew that every 4 years, the amount of Bitcoin that goes into circulation gets cut in half, what do you think that does to the price? Okay. If I told you every 4 years, the amount of US dollars that goes out into circulation gets cut in half, meaning there's not going to be a lot of US dollars circulating, but if there's demand for the dollar, what happens to the price? It has to go up. So with Bitcoin, every 4 years, the amount of Bitcoin that comes into existence is cut in half. I'll illustrate this better for you guys on the chart. So let's see here. We got our Blx chart here, which is a great way to break it down for you guys. I'll go to the weekly and we'll do that, right? So with this is the entire history of Bitcoin. If anybody wants this chart, it's just called the BLX, right? What is it? I think it's the Brave New Coin Liquid Index or something like that. If you're looking to find this one, you got to pull up an index. Yes, Brave New Coin Liquid Index, right? BLX. Now, this shows you, we got some artists in the class today. Hold on one second, family. I was just talking about this the other day. All right, let's see here, disable, and every time, right? There's always an artist, Clear all, there we go. All right, so now when we get into this is showing Bitcoin's price way back when we first started seeing it land on charts, right? Notice what this is. Bitcoin back in 2010, it hit all the way down to a penny. Listen, every time I do this, I see everybody's face say, what was I doing in 2010? Where was my antennas when this was happening? It's all good. Better yet, we got it when we're 40, right? Have you ever seen Step Brothers? You know what I'm talking about. So when you're looking at these charts, don't get depressed. Don't get discouraged. I just want you guys to pay attention to the cycles that Bitcoin goes on, right? And notice what this looks like, right? I'll actually draw another box on here because I normally have this up here. And for some reason, it is not today. There we go. And we'll put that there. And we'll just make this one red. And the border can be red as well. Actually, we'll just get rid of that border. We don't need it. All right. So with this example, notice what we got here. Bitcoin went on a run to the upside. It dropped down. And I want you guys to pay attention to these cycles. We have the drop-off phase. We had the consolidation phase. We had the growth phase. And then we had accumulation. Right? One more time. The drop-off, consolidation, growth, and then accumulation. Those four, right, are the signs we're looking for every time we're getting ready to have that next big bull run. We need to see all four of these stages typically happen in Bitcoin, right? Now, this dotted line here represents the halvening, okay? The moment this happened, this essentially gave us a scenario where the amount of Bitcoin that comes into existence gets cut in half. So when Bitcoin first was launched, every 10 minutes, there were 50 Bitcoin being created. Everything on this side of this line, every 10 minutes, there were 50 Bitcoin being created, right? So now, if I understand that there's 50 Bitcoin being created, every time, let me see something real quick. Let's do this. We'll do that, and we'll do that. Boom. So every 10 minutes, 50 Bitcoin being created. The moment this happened, the halvening happens. Now, every 10 minutes, there's 25 Bitcoin being created. Now, some people will say, well, Kurt, if I'm a miner and I'm earning all this Bitcoin every 10 minutes, I'm loving it. This is amazing, right? But 50 Bitcoin gets shared amongst the entire network of miners. A lot of people didn't know about Bitcoin back here. So those miners were getting tons of Bitcoin every single day, right? It was crazy. It was like every day, just more and more Bitcoin, more and more Bitcoin. After the halving, something happened. It's called supply shock, right? Every 4 years, Bitcoin's designed that if there's any demand for it, right, the market decides to go into the halving, or the code goes into the halving, there's less circulating around. So we know supply and demand rules dictate if there's any demand for something and there's a small supply of it, price has to go higher mathematically. There isn't even a choice. I can ask you guys right now, how many of you guys have bought an Xbox or a PlayStation lately? None, most of you guys, none of you guys, because they're not in the stores, unless you went on eBay and got taxed, right? So there's a lot of demand for those devices, right? I'm just saying right now, right? First of all, I want to say hello to my brother down here with his camera on. He has all the hats in his background. That is a brother after my own heart. I love your hat collection because I am on the same page with you. I love it. So I had to show him some love. Woo! I got to pull up over his crib. We got to swap out. We got to swap hats. So what I see here is essentially every 4 years, there's less Bitcoin circulating. The price goes up. Now pay attention. We had the halving. Price slowed down for a little while. That supply shock finally hit. Big run to the upside. And then what happens? The bull run takes off. And then we get those 4 cycles. The drop off, the consolidation, the growth, the accumulation. And then we had another halving. We went through the halving again. Price goes through that supply shock. It takes a little bit of time for supply shock to take hold. Boom, we get the big breakout again, right? So mathematically, this is already coded into Bitcoin's network, right? Guess what happened? We saw the price run up in 2017 and the same cycle. Drop off, consolidation. Now remember, when this hit, it was all the way up to 20,000 in 2017, came all the way down to 3K. All right, that was a big fall for Bitcoin, right? We had that consolidation. We had the growth phase, the accumulation, because the accumulation happens just before the halving. The smart money comes in and grabs up all this cheap Bitcoin, right? Right before the demand kicks in. All right. And what do we see? We have the halving in 2020. Prices go wild, right, family? Now everybody's saying, oh, it's over. Bull run's done. Everything's going to drop off now. It's time to go ahead and call it quits. We've had a good run, everybody. Guys, they did the same thing back here. When price pulled one of these moves, it ran up and pulled back. Everybody said the bull run was done, right? When it ran up and pulled back again, the bull run was done, right? It ran up, pulled back again, the bull run was done, right? Guys, we know better. We've seen this stuff before. We know the writing on the wall. Now I'm going to ask you guys this question. Is there more money in the market now, or was it more money in the market in 2017? Right? It's more money now, right? You can put it in the chat. Right? Also, I'd ask you guys this question. Is there more adoption now, or was there more adoption in 2017? Right? We have countries, literally like El Salvador, right? We have Argentina on the way. We have the Ukraine already utilizing it, right? The world is recognizing Bitcoin as legal tender. All over the place, this is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. We just saw the Staples Center get rebranded into crypto.com, right? We just seen the Miami Heat's arena get rebranded into the FTX arena, right? That's a cryptocurrency exchange. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't see the writing on the wall, right? And if I show you a chart of gold, right? Let's just kind of do a regular conversation here about where money typically goes when the dollar's having a hard time, right? Or when the world's looking to get away from the dollar, right? If I'm looking at something like gold, right? Gold has usually been the best performing asset when there's high levels of inflation. We just seen record numbers for inflation recently, right? Last week, the CPI came out. Inflation was 3 times higher than what they thought it was. Okay, we haven't seen numbers that high since 1991. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, with that being said, typically, right, when the markets are going crazy, we see outrageous amounts of value flowing into the market, right? Like into the gold market, right? People use gold as a hedge against the US dollar. When inflation looks scary, people use gold. Family, gold hasn't made an all-time high since August of 2020. Doesn't that just seem a little weird? In the hood, they say something ain't stirring the Kool-Aid. All right. Something ain't stirring the Kool-Aid, family. I'm feeling some kind of way right now. We need to do a little work, right? Something ain't tasting right, right? When you understand that this is not lining up with how traditional finance works, but yet we go look at the cryptocurrency space. We click here and we can see what? That there's over $2.7 trillion in the cryptocurrency space right now. Don't you feel bad for all those people who've been investing in gold their entire lives and they couldn't wait for this dollar to finally fall off, and then Bitcoin showed up and ate their lunch? they was counting this 2 trillion. They've been counting this for the last 40 some years. Like, it's gonna be in gold and we're gonna be back. We're gonna get wherever we wanted to be, ladies and gentlemen. It's like that scene coming, what was it? Trading Places, like Mortimer, we're back. They've been waiting their whole lives, and Bitcoin showed up and was like, hold my beer, right? So we're noticing that the world has made a decision. They're leaning into the technology over this really shiny rock that we've been taught that has all this value, right? Like, think about it. Outside of computer components, maybe a few things being utilized, and, chips and, wiring and, maybe solar panels and window tinting, right? Outside of that, what other use cases does gold have outside of rap videos, right? Like, I want to make sure that you guys are really understanding that we put a lot of value on a rock. We are an advanced civilization, and we're still hedging our economies with stones. Doesn't that just seem a little weird to be this far along when you really look at it on its basic term, right? Even with diamonds, we laugh about how much diamonds are worth. And I'm like, we're not gonna get into that monopoly, but I digress. We're looking at how the world moves. I believe that the world's woken up a little bit, and they're saying, hey, this thing that's deflationary, no government can dictate the value of this. No one entity can dictate the value of this, right? This is based off of the people deciding if it has use case or not. I'm thinking that the world has decided, right? We're seeing nations adopt it, right? They always keep saying how dangerous it is for a nation to adopt a currency like Bitcoin. But El Salvador looks like a 24/7 party right now, right? Like they look like geniuses buying this stuff up at 20, 30K and seeing their economy basically double in a matter of weeks, right? Like, so we're understanding the writing is on the walls, family. Now, when I'm showing you guys charts and I'm going through and I'm explaining the supply and demand aspect of Bitcoin and the halvening and all the different things that are lining up with this, I need you to know that inside of these waves and these cycles that we have, guys, this doesn't even look similar to the drop-off phase. During the drop-off phase, there are no longer any higher highs being made. There are no longer any higher highs being made, right? We haven't even gotten to that point. So if I'm looking at this, I'm seeing high, low, and these candles have clearly closed higher than these candles. Ladies and gentlemen, we're still trending, right? This looks like a natural pullback. I mean, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, but we've seen the market dip for 2 weeks. We've had 2 candles. This one's still active. We got 5 days left in this bad boy. We've had 1 week of drop off, and the media is telling you guys Bitcoin's dead. It's time to get out. Show's over. Pack it all in. Don't you think that's a little convenient to tell you to get out now when it looks like it's about to make one of the biggest moves it's ever made in its history, right? And there's currently more money present than ever before. They just printed another 1.2 trillion. They're looking to print another 3.5 trillion. That money has to find a new home. And now we see Mark Zuckerberg rebranding Facebook into the metaverse, right? And it's funny because when that happened, a lot of people didn't think about it in a really tactical way, right? Think about this. Facebook has had a monopoly on social media for years, right? Facebook doesn't have a lot of competition. They buy most people out. Hence, they bought Instagram, right? So hear me clearly. When they branded themselves as Meta, right? There's already existing metaverses. Facebook basically shot themselves in the foot because they actually have legitimate competition now, right? And here's the other kicker. How many of you guys trust Facebook? There you go, right? How many of you guys actually trust Facebook, right? And let the crickets begin, right? Most of you guys don't trust Facebook. So if we understand that Facebook is a centralized entity, right? They can dictate who's on their platform, who's not on their platform. If you say something that's not cool, some of y'all in Facebook jail right now, right? It's just one of them things, right? Some of y'all in there right now, I'm locked up. Zuckerberg won't let me out. And it's cool. It's cool. I get it, right? Facebook's real strict on who they let in and let out, right? But when we talk about other metaverses, they don't operate like that. They don't have that kind of totalitarianism we're going on. I looked that word up today, you know, feeling a little good about my thesaurus skills. So when you understand that Facebook is running around like this huge you need us entity, when we start transferring over into other decentralized metaverses, like something on the Ethereum network, right? We're creating an entirely new lane that's going to be extremely massive, right? We're seeing company after company after company already create metaverse patents and metaverse websites and all these different things. Like I'm hearing now the new .com is going to be .meta really soon, right? Like that's going to be the new branding. Like we're going to be looking in here. People are going to be buying up new domain names because it's going to be .meta, right? You're going to have like Google.meta. You're going to have, you know, Facebook.meta or Meta.meta, whatever, right? So they're calling themselves Meta now. But we're going to have to be ahead of the curve. This is why I talked to you guys about thinking how we were introduced to the internet. Nobody sat us down and taught us how to monetize the internet when it first was released. We were all sitting on MySpace trying to figure out who is this Tom guy, right? Nobody knew how to work that thing. We were all trying to figure this, like, who is, I don't even know this guy. He's my first friend. Why is Tom my only friend on MySpace, right? We didn't know how to monetize the internet. And now we have cryptocurrency. And yeah, it's great. We're buying coins. We're getting involved. It's exciting. All these things. There's some hype coins here. Maybe a few other coins are doing big things. But when we think about DeFi, right? We think about NFTs, right? This is an entirely new way of investing. This is an entirely new way of seeing the world, right? So I want you guys to really be excited. I want you guys to be enthusiastic. I want you guys to be immersed in this, because some people say, well, oh man, that's just the government trying to keep us brainwashed. That's just the world trying to, you know, keep us all drowned and keeping us away from our faith. Listen, the church is going to be in the metaverse too. You're going to see an avatar TD Jakes on stage. Don't think for 1 minute the church ain't going to show up in the metaverse. All right. I want y'all to understand, it's like, stop getting into these old ideas of everything is evil, 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 evil. Okay. Because whether you like it or not, technology is going to win. This is the name of the game on this planet. Maybe on another planet, it don't work. But on this one, technology will always win. That's like them people who said, oh, those metal vehicles are the devil. We're going to ride these horses until Jesus come home. Last time I checked, everybody's standing in line to get Teslas. So technology is going to keep winning, and we have to get ahead of it. It makes no sense to have these weird ideologies, right? So I can't wait to see Dr. K on the stage in the metaverse, all right? So preaching the sermon, I'm going to be first one in the front, like, they're going to pass the collection plate around. There's going to be a whole bunch of ETH in it. All right. So just know, ladies and gentlemen. Silly. So understanding that this is just the beginning, but now we can utilize the information we gain from IM through our trading, through our charting, through our research, right? Just knowing that coins are great, that's one part of it. Finding the best entries, finding the best risk to reward is what Dr. K does. It's what I do. Is what Picasso does. It's what Nick Gomez and Mike Sotero does, right? We have the idea, the vision and the idea to make sure that you guys are getting these projects at their best price points, right? We don't encourage buying things at all-time highs. Like, I'll see somebody looking at the market and they'll say, hey, Kurt, Bitcoin's breaking out. Should I buy it? It's just made a new all-time high. Why would you want to buy right now? What about this tells you that prices are just going to stay here and go up? Like, you have to be mindful of what we're seeing. So when I'm talking to people saying, hey, chill, relax, we'll find a dip, we'll enter there, right? That instant gratification mindset says, Kurt don't know what he's talking about. Dr. K don't know what she's talking about. I'm getting it today, right? And then next thing you know, we in Go Live wiping y'all tears like, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right, right? Doing the Stewie, I'm not going to hit you. I'm not going to hit you. So we want to make sure that you guys, this is what we do all day on Go Live. We crack jokes like nonstop. So when you understand that this is all about being patient, being a student, being coachable, there are lessons in this market that you just simply have to be present in order to learn. It's like watching a video of somebody play basketball and saying, I now play basketball as good as Steph Curry. No, you don't. You just watched the video. You're not as good as Steph Curry. Yes, I am. I watched him shoot 7 3-pointers. I'm just that good. I promise you, you're not that good. All right. Some of the stuff, you just have to do the work. You have to get in there and have that repetition with it, right? So what I want to do next is I want to double back to this website and I want to talk to you guys about something. Now, we know Bitcoin is the Grand Poobah, the Don Corleone. It's the de facto reserve currency of the cryptocurrency space. It's like the US dollar of crypto, right? If the US dollar, sneezes, every other currency in the world feels the mist. All right. So with Bitcoin, we have to know that this is the same thing. When Bitcoin moves, everything else moves in conjunction, right? Now, we are going to have some decouplings over time. Me and Mike were talking about this, where certain projects like gaming coins, certain things like NFTs, they don't care about Bitcoin's value. They don't care what's going on with Bitcoin. So even in a bear market, there are certain projects that we will be able to take full advantage of, right? So it's all about understanding how to enter the market, how to find certain projects, when it's time to hold, when it's time to pivot, when it's time to stay, when it's time to go. All right. Now, with Bitcoin doing what it does, having that max supply, it sets the tone for cryptocurrency, right? We have a benchmark of what we expect other coins in our portfolio to look like and act like. Now, I have to talk about Ethereum. I would be a fool to sit here and not explain to you guys how great Ethereum truly is. Ethereum is the most innovative project in the cryptocurrency space. Ethereum has more use case than any other crypto in the entire space. Ethereum has the best developers than any other coin in the space. Ethereum has the largest community than any other coin in the space. You can argue me that, oh, Bitcoin has way bigger community because there's countries investing in Bitcoin. That's cool. I hear you. I really do. Right now with Ethereum, there's currently over 118 million coins in circulation. There's 18 million. We're already 100 million ahead of Bitcoin right now. There's a lot more people holding ETH. Okay. Right. Because I can show you a website right now of a company called Grayscale that had Chrissy Pips is doing the Vanna White for Ethereum right now. So when we have companies like Grayscale that are coming in and buying up over 600,000 Bitcoin. Yes, one company has over 600,000 Bitcoin. That should put you on notice right now, right? Another company, like if I can go here to, what is this? Publications, and we can see, let's see, not that one. Let's go right here. Resources, public companies, treasuries, right? These are companies that hold Bitcoin right now. MicroStrategy has 114,000 Bitcoin. That's Michael Saylor, right? That's the guy who's coming in. He's like the Bitcoin evangelist. He's going everywhere, teaching everybody how to get involved with crypto, right? Tesla only has around 48,000, right? And some of you guys remember when Tesla first bought Bitcoin and then they sold some off and everybody got mad at Elon Musk because he was doing all this stuff to affect the price of Bitcoin. It wasn't what you thought it was, right? Tesla makes more money from selling energy credits than they do from actually selling cars. Some of you guys are saying, what in the world is an energy credit? Well, companies that are very green, that don't have a big carbon footprint, the government gives them stipends, right? For being green. It's an incentive to making sure your company doesn't have a huge carbon footprint. What they do with these, energy credits, they sell them to other companies that don't have good carbon footprints, right? Think about an oil company, right? That's always refining oil, putting all kind of CO2 or all kind of carbon emissions into the air. Tesla sells that to them, and now they have a write-off on their taxes. Tesla makes over, somewhere in the billions just for selling energy credits to other companies, right? So here's the deal. When they bought a certain amount of Bitcoin, Bitcoin uses a lot of electricity to mine it, right? Right? The world or the government decided that Tesla's no longer green. You guys hold too much Bitcoin now. So Tesla said, how much do we need to sell to get back green so we can get those energy credits we need to stay afloat? And they said, oh, this is how much we got to sell? They sold off the Bitcoin they needed to, and they kept the rest so they could keep getting those energy credits from the government to keep Tesla moving forward. Make sense? So it was never a knock on Bitcoin. It was a business decision to make sure Tesla stayed profitable. All right. But a lot of people are not going to tell you that because most of the time media operates off of fear and anger. Bitcoin is going down because Elon Musk hates Bitcoin and he loves Dogecoin. That's not what it was, Linda. That's not what happened, Linda. Listen, honey. You have to do the research so you can get the real information. Because I always say they can hide what they want to hide. You can't hide the money. you can say what you want to say in the news. I'm looking at the chart. Where is the money coming from? Right? And when I realized Tesla stock took a hit, because of them not having enough energy credits. Stockholders started to sell their shares. And I realized, oh, they got to get rid of Bitcoin so the stock price goes back up and they can get those energy credits from the government. It was a win-win, and they still kept just enough Bitcoin to make sure they were green, right? So these things go a long way, but it shows you how dedicated these companies are to the future, right? Galaxy Digital, right? Mike Novogratz's company, right? Over 16,000 Bitcoin, right? Square, AKA Jack Dorsey, the guy who owns Twitter, right? Also Cash App, hello, right? They have over 8,000 Bitcoin, right? And it keeps going and going and going, right? So understanding that this is going to continue to get bigger and bigger. And I was also looking at one for DeFi, right? I'm sorry, not DeFi, Ethereum. Ethereum right now doesn't have that huge amount of swell of people coming in to get it. Obviously, Coinbase has a lot of Ethereum because they have to make sure they have enough for their customers, right? But these are going to get bigger and bigger for Ethereum over time, because here's the kicker. When everybody comes into crypto, what's the first coin you gravitate towards? You can put it in the chat. If one of y'all put XRP, class is over. All right? Some of y'all gonna be, I love XRP, Curtis. It's my first coin I've ever looked at. Right? I'm not a trip. XRP is a nice project, right? Right. But most people come in, the first project you look at is Bitcoin, right? It's like the brand of crypto when you show up. Bitcoin's always the one that gets your attention. What happens is over time, you start to look around a little bit, and then you realize, oh, I really like this Ethereum thing. It has a lot of use case, right? Now, here's the deal with Ethereum. Ethereum does not have a max supply. It does not have a total supply. And this is the question I always get. Isn't that very similar to the US dollar, Kurt? That means they can just make as much Ethereum as they want to and just flood the market with it like US dollars, right? Not necessarily, all right? Because Ethereum just launched a new proposal that got adopted into the network. It's called EIP 1559. EIP 1559 states that every time a transaction is done on Ethereum's network, they burn a portion of Ethereum off the network. Yup. So now there are miners that are actually, earning Ethereum by going ahead and verifying and confirming transactions. We get that part. But now I want you to hear me clearly. I just told you guys Ethereum has more use case than any other coin in the world, right? You can stake your Ethereum, correct? You can use Ethereum in DeFi, correct? You can use Ethereum in decentralized exchanges, correct? You can use Ethereum to mint NFTs, also correct, right? Those are 4 different use cases just from that alone, that it costs Ethereum for those fees to do all those different things. I got to show you guys this in real time, because I think if I show you this, maybe this will make more sense, right? So TX Street is a website I love to use when I'm showing children about blockchain technology or just new students in general, right? So you come here, you go to Launch Visualizer, and it shows you a quick picture or a breakdown of what it looks like when you see transactions being put into the network, right? So every one of these little like South Park characters represents a transaction, all right? On this side of the screen, we see Ethereum's network. On this side of the screen, we see Bitcoin's network. And all these buses represents potential blocks looking to be added to the blockchain. Once a block is filled and it's all loaded up, it goes on, boom, added to the blockchain, boom, ready to go, right? Never to come back again, always being recorded, always being transparent. We have that available. Same thing with Bitcoin. Every 10 minutes, a new block is added to Bitcoin's blockchain, boom, off to the races, good to go, okay? Now, remember what I said. Every time a transaction is done on Ethereum's network, a little bit of ETH gets burned. Imagine every time when you see one of these characters get on a bus, a little bit of Ethereum gets burned. Now, I'm going to show you guys something. There's a lot of people waiting to get on these buses on ETH's network. Ladies and gentlemen, these are transactions that are waiting. How much ETH do you think is about to get burned off the network? I'm still scrolling. Still scrolling. We ain't even, listen, the line's done for Bitcoin. Still scrolling. Like, guys, this is why I'm telling you right now. Ethereum's use case. Some of these could be NFTs. Some of these could be DeFi. Some of these could be staking. Some of these could be simply just using a decentralized exchange. There are tons of transactions being launched on Ethereum's network every single day, and they're burning a small amount of ETH. There was actually a couple of days on each network where we were burning more ETH than we were actually creating. What do you think that does to the price? We're destroying more ETH than we're actually creating. As Ethereum gets bigger and bigger and bigger, There's going to be more use cases, more projects being built on this network, more potential users being adopted into this network. Once again, just for statistical sake, there's only around 6% of the world's population that knows about cryptocurrency. Listen, every time I say that, I get the chills, like somebody said Mufasa. All right. Like, ooh, right? There's only 6% of the world's population that knows about cryptocurrency. And we're seeing these kind of things happen now. This is why I screamed in the beginning of the year, please just make sure you got at least 5 Ethereum. Please make sure you got at least 5 Ethereum, because as I noticed the price action of Ethereum, it's mimicking the same exact price action of Bitcoin in 2017. And we watched Bitcoin go from $800 to $20,000 in 1 year. If you think for 1 minute that Ethereum's price is going to stay at 4K, you are sadly mistaken. On top of the fact, there's more use case on Ethereum's network than there's ever been. And we have the EIP 1559 mechanism, making it that every time we do a transaction, there's a little ETH leaving the network. It has a deflationary mechanism attached to it now. ETH network's not going to get smaller. It's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, right? NFTs are going to become bigger and bigger and bigger, right? This DeFi movement is going to become bigger and bigger. So I'm showing you guys this because I want you to be excited and enthusiastic and really just undeterred in your journey in crypto, because the rest of the outside world is going to tell you, you crazy putting all that money in the internet like that. Yeah. I keep my money in the bank where it's safe, and the banks keep me warm at night. Like, all right. Last time I checked, I ain't never seen the bank show up to save nobody when it was rough. All right. So I want you to know, ladies and gentlemen, this is where the future of money is headed. We're seeing the writing on the walls. We're seeing the adoption. And I understand that for some people, it is new. It is scary. You don't have to have all the answers when you first show up here. This isn't one of those things where you're going to come in and be just instantly just granted all the knowledge in crypto. But one of the first things I want you guys to do when you do show up here is to get yourself a Proton Mail. All right. Proton Mail is one of the most secure emails on the planet. Listen, even if you're just trading, right? If you're just trading Forex, if you're just trading HFX, if you're just trading, DCX, get a Proton Mail anyway. If you have a bank account, just get a Proton Mail. Okay. If you just use Cash App, get a Proton Mail. Why am I screaming Proton Mail over and over and over again? If you have anything that you're running your finances through, money through, investments through, using Proton Mail could save you a lot of trouble and headaches, because this, like I said, email is one of the most secure emails on the planet. It's built on top of blockchain technology, right? So why not utilize something that we know the world's headed towards? And you can keep increasing the security that you have with this, right? You can set up two-factor authentication, end-to-end encryption, right? Zero access to user data. So nobody's going to come in and be able to scheme through your emails, right? And this open source cryptography, right? So we know this kind of information stays private. It only exists on the network, ladies and gentlemen. Extremely important. All right. Just want to make sure you guys are understanding what this is and how this works and how you have that control over this. Okay. Because I've seen emails from Gmail, Yahoo, Hotmail, Outlook, and everybody's like, oh, I'm using Gmail. I'm good. Don't run your finances through the same email you run your Instagram through. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Future-proof yourself today. Just do the right thing. All right. I'm going back into class. I'm going to Spike Lee on y'all. All right. Do the right thing. So I want to make sure that you guys are excited about this. But as we move forward, security is everything. Okay. Security is everything. Like, as more money flows into the cryptocurrency space, I just showed you guys that there's currently over $2 trillion in crypto, right? This industry isn't even 15 years old. No. It's like around 13 years, right? 12 years, 13 years old. This thing is still growing. It's still evolving. So we're going to see a lot of bad actors trying to take advantage of people who don't understand how it truly works yet. This is why you see so many people trying to scam on IG, right? Instagram, they're always in somebody's inbox. Hey, if you send me this much Bitcoin, I'll do this and that. Like, they want to take advantage of people who just don't understand it yet. All right. You guys know the difference between a public key and a private key. You guys understand the difference between having your seed phrases put up and not keeping track of that, right? Going through doing your two-factor authentication inside of your exchanges. So Proton Mail, must have. The next thing I need you guys to get involved with is the Exodus wallet, right? Just like the Bible verse, we got to keep it all in the scripture, right? So right here, exodus.com, you see up here at the top, exodus.com is allowing you to come in and get yourself a wallet. Now, I know some of y'all on the budget, so I'm gonna check and make sure, right? This wallet is only gonna cost you free $99. You just come in here and you download it, right? I don't want to hear nobody saying Curtis above my pay grade. I had to pay the bills. You know, Christmas is coming up. I bought 4 turkeys yesterday. Like, I get it, I understand, but this one's gonna be free. It doesn't cost you nothing to get started with it. Okay. Now, one thing you'll notice here is we have the desktop version and we have the mobile version. You're only going to be utilizing the desktop version, right? Some of you guys are like, but Kurt, I like seeing my crypto on my cell phone, seeing those numbers fluctuate makes me feel good inside. That's the quickest place to get your crypto hacked. Your phone is not a secure device. Well, my thumbprint keeps it safe. Your thumbprint is not Fort Knox, okay? It's not going to stop nobody from trying to hack your phone, all right? There's something called a SIM swap where people walk into your cell phone provider, whether it be Verizon, T-Mobile, Sprint, whatever. I've seen it all. They go in and they actually get a SIM card for your phone, put it into a new device that they already have. They'll use their thumbprint to open up their phone. And you know what happens when you get a new phone? All your apps do what? Download to the new phone. Yeah. And now they can get right into your wallet and move that crypto wherever they want to. And you somewhere wiping your tears, talking about some, Kurt, I don't know what happened. How did they get into your? I don't know. I mean, I looked at my app on my phone and I'm like, stop talking. You looked in the app on your phone and it was gone. Why was it on your phone in the first place? I know what you said, but I felt like, and I'm like, we ain't got nothing to talk about. There's nothing to talk about. Like, they got into your email, they got into your phone, and they got your crypto. That's it. You can't do this stuff, right? Now, having an exchange on your phone, using something like Coinbase, using something like crypto.com, that's fine, right? Because we're going to set all that up through what? Proton Mail. Right? So we're going to have that in a very secure area where anybody trying to get into that, I got to log in on my computer to even get to that email. Right? Because whenever you're sending crypto or buying crypto, they go through your email to do what? Verify that is you. Right? So we have to use that Proton Mail when we're setting up all of our exchanges, when we're setting up all of our wallets. Right? But definitely steer clear of the mobile. We want desktop. Why do we want desktop? Desktop is something where it's more stationary, right? It's much more private. How many of you guys are leaving your laptop open everywhere so everybody can use it? Exactly, right? How many of you guys are saying, hey, kids, come in and play with my laptop? Nope. We tried that. They broke it the first day, right? So we understand that these laptops are going to be a little, exactly. Let them know, Ruth Ann, scoot, right? So when we have this kind of information, it's about making sure that you're doing the right things now, right? Developing the right habits now. Treat yourself like, treat your portfolio like it's filled with $1 million or $1 billion now. Because I'm telling you where crypto's headed, yeah. So I want to make sure that you guys are, I can't do income claims. So my getting around it, yeah. So I want to make sure you guys are all on the same page with me as we move forward with this. So Exodus, really great way to start. Now, when you're on the website, you're on desktop, you're going to go here and click download Exodus. And guess what pops up? We got Windows, we got Mac for all my iPhone users, right? Mac, like good jazz. And you got Linux if you're just like really nerdy like me. But definitely go ahead, choose which one makes sense for you, whether it's Windows or Mac. It goes ahead and downloads to that device that you have. And then from there, you're good to go, right? We're going to do more tutorials on this down the line, but I just want to make sure you guys have it. And you understand that when you have this wallet, when it opens up, let's see if I can get it to open up and not be all slow. Here we go. When it opens up, right? Aesthetically, it's real nice. It's purdy, it's cool. Doesn't do anything extra from just the normal standpoint. But when you have it, this is what it looks like. And the normal view of it when you have first open it up is going to be on this screen here. Welcome to Exodus. It's going to show some of the top pairs in the market. I remember I had one of my students download it. She was like, "Oh my God, Curtis, 1 Bitcoin in my wallet already." I'm like, "It's not. You're just looking at the price. Calm down, chill." Like she was super amped up when she saw 57,000. But I'm like, no. So it's just showing you some of the prices of some of the top projects in the market. You'll notice some of these have APY right across from them, right? This is telling you that if it has an APY next to it, that this wallet actually lets you stake that coin within the wallet, right? Some of you guys are saying, what is staking? What does that mean? Staking is the equivalent of like having a dividend stock, right? You hold the stock and they pay you for holding it. That's what's happening in crypto right now. So if I go over here to the second tab where it says wallet and I click this, as you see, there's a lot of different cryptocurrencies here. We got Bitcoin, Polygon, Polkadot, Uniswap, all of that good jazz. Let's see if I go over to something like, let's see. I want to go to something that we all know and love, right? So, but we can check out Solana. Everybody loves Solana. If you see here with Solana, it says earn rewards 6.79%. Notice right now there's no Solana, there's no crypto inside this wallet at all. But if I go over here to these three little dots and I click this, notice it says something called earn rewards. When I click that, right, staking allows you to earn. So like a savings account, earnings are calculated based on your amount stake or your staked amount. So the more you have, the more you earn. So over time, you can earn a really good amount of additional Solana just by holding it in the wallet and staking it, right? Really, really powerful stuff when you're looking to hold on to a coin and you're earning passively just for holding the coin, right? And then some of this stuff is just dwarfing what you're going to get from a dividend stock. Like it's not even remotely close what dividend stocks are paying and what crypto staking is paying, right? I believe one of the top ones, if I'm not mistaken, is, I want to say it's Ontology, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you guys can see that percentage on that one, right? 16.62%. Hear me clearly. Can you imagine, and this is just hypothetical, can you imagine putting $1 million into Ontology, staking it, and then coming back a year later and seeing $160,000 sitting there additional for doing no work? All right. Name me something in the world you can get that kind of reward back, that kind of yield back. Right. It's unheard of. Right. It's unnatural. Right. And now when I show people this, they say, Kurt, how is that sustainable? How can they provide that kind of value? How can they pay that out? And I always tell people, when you stake your coins, you're securing the network, right? You're actually stabilizing the price of the coin. If everybody's just buying and staking, price keeps going up and plateauing because nobody's incentivized to sell. Everyone's just holding. All right. So when I see something like this is a beautiful incentivization to just hold the project. All right. And in my eyes, it's game changer. And my other question is, when we put our money in bank accounts, have you ever just simply thought how much money they truly make off of our money? And they're giving us back small Salt Bay percentages every single year in interest, right? We've been so programmed to not even question the bank, right? Like we don't even ask why they call themselves a bank, like where the name bank came from, right? Like nobody even thinks to ask the question, right? And I thought about that back in the day. They say it came from a Latin word that sounds like bench, where people would sit and talk about, exchanging value, IOUs at a bench in the park. But what I realized where it came from was a river, right? The riverbank controls what? The flow of the water, right? The bank controls the flow of what? The money. There you go, right? They can say what they want to say. You can't hide the money. Like the money gonna tell the story. So I love being able to see what we have here, because when you see the flow of what's going on in crypto, it's this beautiful symbiotic relationship where the user benefits just from participating, right? And when I show people this stuff, it almost gives them like a shock, because they're like, it doesn't feel real. We've been so conditioned to not get anything that when we do receive something, it feels like we did something wrong, right? Like it blows my mind sometimes when I'm showing people, they're like, oh man, that looks like a scam. I'm like, why does everything gotta be a scam if it's good, right? Like anything that sounds good, it's got to be a scam. No way it works. No, if it worked, everybody be doing it. Or maybe everybody doesn't know yet. That part, right? We're really early. So my mom used to always tell me, get out of God's business, because some folks ain't went through their journey to get where you at yet. So sometimes you got to just be like, all right, as Bass Grant says, call me when it hurts. So I'm always in that place of like, just, hey, I may not understand your logic, but I believe you going through something. I'm going to let you figure that out and holler at me when you're ready. All right. But also inside the Exodus wallet, it has a built-in exchange. This for me was it. I can fund this with Bitcoin and I can swap out for any other project that I want. So imagine you live in a state where they don't have certain coins, right? Or imagine you have an account with Coinbase, and Coinbase doesn't have the coin you want, but it's inside of the Exodus wallet. Now, once again, when you set up an Exodus wallet, they don't want your address. They don't want a picture of your ID. They don't want to know, who your mom and your dad is, what school you went to, what your credit score is. They don't want a picture of you in a zebra costume. They don't ask for none of that stuff. All right. This is you creating a wallet where you have private keys and seed phrases, where you have absolute dominion over your crypto. All right. That's one. Two, you actually can come in and swap out for a lot of the projects that you're interested in that you can't grab off of certain exchanges, right? So I think this was a win-win for a lot of people when they got involved. Like, dude, I can grab this, I can grab that. This is crazy. I can come in and have a ball inside of here. Also, I have to explain this to you guys as well. If you're looking to grab certain projects on the Ethereum network, you're going to need to actually have Ethereum in your wallet to get these projects, right? And they put ETH near all the projects that are on the Ethereum network, because in order to get that project, you have to pay the fees on the ETH network, and they cost Ethereum, right? You can't just have Bitcoin saying, oh, I want to grab power. You don't have any ETH, they won't let the transaction go through. So you have to have Ethereum within the wallet to grab Ethereum-based projects, right? I'm going to make sure I break that down for you guys. All right. It says, can you buy Bitcoin on Exodus, and can you buy Ether? Yeah, so you can't use a debit card or credit card here, but you can purchase Bitcoin from something like Cash App and then send it to Exodus, and boom, you off to the races at that point, right? Or even same thing, you can go to, crypto.com, right? Buy your Bitcoin, send it over to Exodus, boom, you off to the races, grabbing whatever project you want. And like I said before, when you have those coins, notice here again where I click the little 3 dots at the top, it says view private keys, move funds. When I go here, view private keys, check it out. Are you sure you want to show your ontology private keys? Be sure you're in a private location and no one can see your screen. Anyone viewing your private keys can steal your funds. Let me check real quick. Make sure we're good. All right, listen, since I know, like, and trust all of you guys here on the call, of course, I'm not going to show you my private keys. That'd be stupid. That's the whole point of me telling you what's private, right? I don't understand the logic why you thought I would do that, right? That's silly, right? I don't care if it's my grandma showing up with a pan of macaroni and cheese. You ain't getting these private keys. I got to make sure I say a pan, because if I say a pot of macaroni and cheese, like, oh, your grandma make macaroni and cheese in a pot, right? You got to stress that. I already know how I go. You got to say a pan of macaroni and cheese. I'm too close to the holidays. I don't want no smoke. Dr. K like, oh, honey, you've been deprived. You've been eating macaroni and cheese out of pot. All right. So I want no problems. So just understanding that private keys are it's like your social security number. You never share that. Right. And once again, the nursery rhyme goes, if you do not have or own the private keys to wherever your coins are being stored, you technically don't own those coins. So if your coins are on Coinbase, if your coins are on Binance, if your coins are on Kraken, if your coins are on crypto.com, you will not have the private keys. It's not a knock on any of the exchanges. They're never going to give you private keys ever. Right. It's up to you to do the actual work and get a wallet that has private keys so you can have that security and have that peace of mind. Because if Coinbase goes down for maintenance or they get hacked, how are you getting your crypto out of there? And there you go. That's the question, right? Because if you say, well, Coinbase could never get hacked, what makes Coinbase so special from any other website? Right? Like, stop blindly trusting this stuff. I'm trying to tell you now, because if you're not preparing yourself, because some of you guys laugh when you see these horror stories from exchanges, because you're like, I'm glad all my stuff is put up in a wallet already. I ain't even playing these games with nobody right now, because it's a bad feeling to have millions of dollars on a website and you have zero ownership of it. Right? It's a bad feeling. I've heard the stories. I would hate to see that happen to anybody else, right? So got to make sure you guys are definitely staying ahead of the curve with that. Now, the Exodus wallet is not the end all be all. This is considered a hot wallet, right? A hot wallet allows us to move our funds from an exchange to a place where we can kind of make decisions, or maybe we're going to be holding it for a little while and swapping into something else, right? And I love this wallet as well, because when I'm having this wallet up inside of my exchange area, let's say I have some Ethereum, right? And then I want to swap out into something like, let's say USDC, right? Let's see. I'm just going to type it in, right? USDC, boom, USD coin. Now, I can swap out within my wallet. Do you understand what I just told you guys? I can literally go from a project like ETH into a stable coin like USDC. If you don't know what USDC is, let me learn you real quick. I'm going to get you together. All right. Now we've broken down Ethereum, the use case, the powerfulness of it, everything that it offers. USDC is a very interesting project. It is called a stable coin. All right. A stable coin allows you to actually stay in the cryptocurrency market without being attached to the volatility of the market. So we can ride all the great Bitcoin bull momentum to the upside, benefit from it, get all the gains in our portfolio. And then when it's done, guess where we're going to end up at? Anybody want to take a wild guess? Stable coin. Because now, if Bitcoin starts to drop, this coin is pegged 1-for-1 with the US dollar, right? Somewhere there's an account filled with around $36 billion, right? Worth of American dollars backing USDC. Now, USDC was created by Coinbase, okay? Coinbase works very closely with the government. They don't want any smoke, all right? The government say do it, they do it. This coin is always audited and make sure that it has the amount of money it's supposed to have in it. So this one here, I strongly recommend as utilizing as a stable coin. There are other stable coins. I'm not a big fan of Tether. I don't recommend utilizing Tether. Other stable coins that I would utilize would be something like DAI, right? But DAI, USD coin, DAI is spelled D-A-I, right? I want to make sure you guys are understanding like these projects are going to be your saving grace, right? When the market starts to dip, when Bitcoin starts to drop, and you guys know when crypto falls, it falls fast, right? It doesn't take all day for crypto to go down. When it's ready to drop, it's going to drop, all right? So when it's time to exit, we'll be getting into projects like USD coin, right? Now, inside of my Exodus wallet, I can simply swap out right within my wallet. No extra work, no fuss, no muss, ready to roll, right? And from inside of my wallet, let's see here. Do I have USD coin added? Let's scroll down. And I want to see if we have, man, there's so many coins they've added in here now. There we go. USD coin is already on my list. Awesome sauce. So with that, now that I'm in that coin, you go back here, I can actually decide, do I want to stay in a stable coin? Do I want to go ahead and start to move this around and put it into other networks where I can start actually staking and providing liquidity or doing a little bit of yield farming? Like whatever I need to do, I'm stuck in a position in the market where my value isn't going to drop, right? Because most people are afraid of crypto because they don't think they can retain their value. They think it's this game of hurry up and get in and hurry up and get out back into US dollars. This is letting you know you can stay inside of crypto utilizing a stable coin. All right. Very, very powerful stuff. All right. Now, from there, the next thing I want you guys to look into outside of getting your Exodus wallet started and utilizing a Proton Mail is getting yourself a Ledger Nano, right? Now, you can get the Ledger Nano S. You can get the Ledger Nano X. Either one is totally up to you. Doesn't really matter. Now, these are considered cold storage, right? You'll be utilizing these devices to put your crypto aside because you're not going to be utilizing it, moving it around, doing all this extra work. You'll put your crypto here and it'll simply just grow, right? It'll just do what it does. And it's still attached to the market, right? It'll still fluctuate with the rest of the market, but we're going to continue to accumulate more crypto over time, putting it into the ledger and allowing ourselves to get that, that accumulation that we're looking for. Now, the other thing is this. When you have this wallet, your crypto is not actually stored inside the device. I have to stress this. People say, what happens if I lose it? What happens if it breaks? Your crypto is never inside the device. This is just a remote that allows you to access the wallet online. All right. So if you ever lose this or it gets broken, you can simply order another one. They'll ask you, are you restoring the wallet? Are you creating a new? You'll hit restore. It's going to ask you for your seed phrase that you got from your initial wallet, right? From there, then you'll be able to go ahead, put in the old seed phrase, pull up the old wallet. All your crypto will show up on the new device, right? Simple, straightforward, easy peasy, right? Nothing over the top. Now, having a wallet like this, it does have extra features inside of it. Myself, personally, I do most of my swaps and things like that from my Exodus wallet. It's just easier. It's faster. I can see it happening in front of me. And then once it's done, I send it over to my ledger and I just leave it alone. All right. Like if you got 5 Ethereum, you should already have one of these. Like there's nothing to even argue about. If you got 5 ETH, it should definitely be in your ledger. Now, once again, when you have a ledger, you should never, ever, ever share your seed phrases. You should never, ever, ever share your private keys, period. There should never come a time, unless it's from you're sharing it with a spouse, a loved one, a child. You don't share this with somebody emailing you saying, hey, there was a hack with Ledger. Send us your private keys so we can fix this stuff for you. No, Linda, honey, they're tricking you. They want your crypto. If anybody ever emails you or messages you saying private key, that's like somebody emailing you saying, hey, I need your social real quick so I can fix this thing for you. You see how silly that sounds? If anybody ever emailed you asking for your social, you can be like, and delete. You ain't gonna finish reading it, right? So I need you to have that same mentality when somebody asks for seed phrases or private keys. Never give it away. I don't care if it's me in your inbox. It ain't me. All right. I'm trying to tell you now, it ain't me. All right. So don't fall for the scams, the schemes. The other thing is this. When you go to buy one of these devices, please make sure you're buying it directly from the Ledger website. Don't try to go on Amazon to save a couple dollars. Don't go on eBay to save a couple dollars, because what happens is people buy these from Ledger. They take them home, they open them up, and then they start to take everything out and they put nefarious devices in, and they're putting little things in. So when you actually, get this again, they're going to hack your device and take your funds. Because what happens is they put all these different little extra components inside of it. So when they know you put some crypto in there, it sends them a signal. They package it back up, bubble wrap it up all nice, and they sell it on eBay. They sell it on Amazon, or they return it to Best Buy. Best Buy doesn't know what's going on. They just know it's not opened. It's not, it doesn't look like it's been tampered with. They put that bad boy right back on the shelf. And then what happens? You come along unwittingly knowing and buy the device that's already been tampered with, going home thinking it's brand new, fresh out the box, vacuum sealed, bubble wrap still on it. And then you plug it up, you put your crypto on, and 2 days later, it's empty. Right? Because you didn't buy it directly from the Ledger website. Ledger doesn't send out refurbished ledgers. All right. I'm telling you that right now. These bad boys come hot off the press when you get it from Ledger. All right. So I need you to really go through that and not trying to find a cheap way. Like, oh, but Kurt, I can save $5 if I get it from eBay. I can buy more Tezos now. Like, listen, stop, Linda, listen. Don't do this. You want to sleep like a baby on melatonin when your crypto is inside the wallet, because babies don't sleep unless they got some help. So I want to make sure that when you guys are setting this stuff up, you're doing it the right way. All right. There's just little things that can keep you from having crazy headaches in crypto if you do it the right way, because there's a lot of people that think, oh, I know how this stuff works. I watched a YouTube video. Good luck, because the horror stories come rolling in. And I'm like, you didn't do the work. You didn't get around the people that were willing to help you. Right. So we got the security out the way. We're starting off Proton Mail. After that, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves an Exodus wallet. From there, you're going to get yourself a Ledger. The next thing I need you guys to look into is a Stone book, right? Now, you can get a Stone book from this website here called shieldfolio.com. People saying, well, Kurt, why would I want to get this? I can just go down to the dollar store and get me a little notebook, bro. Like, it's $1. What you want me coming or got me on here buying this little $45 notebook? I don't want to spend that kind of money. Well, I strongly doubt that the dollar store notebook has all the things ready to go for your recovery phrases, your seed phrases, has everything you need for your private keys. And I don't think that dollar store book is waterproof. I just don't think it's waterproof at the dollar store. Maybe Dollar General to update game. I ain't been there in a minute, but y'all let me know when y'all go. Or I doubt that dollar store book is tear resistant. I'm just saying, you putting some real valuable information in this book. You might not want the page to tear. All right. You want to open that book and still have that corner where you need it, because there's some letters on there you need to write out and put back into these little codes. So definitely want to make sure you guys have something that's going to be sturdy enough to stand the test of time. Now, not only that, there's also another piece of equipment here called the Ghost Pen. This is pretty cool because it allows you to write with this certain ink that you can only see when you're utilizing the light on the back of the pen, right? So you remember back in the day when we used to play like Secret Squirrel, you would write on the back of something, you put the little light on that bad boy. I don't know if this is my inner kid, but I definitely wanted this when I saw it. So I had got it. And then what had happened was I was thinking about, man, is this ink strong enough to last like years? And so I actually reached out to the Shield Folio people, and they mentioned me back and they said, the chemicals inside of this invisible ink is military grade. They utilize this in the Army with this same pen. So this stuff's going to last. He said the ink in that pen is going to last longer than the book. And the book's tear resistant. I was like, got you. Say less. All right, I got you. So I'm not giving you guys anything that's some little cheap stuff we're going to be seeing floating around at the swap meet. This is really some high grade stuff you guys can utilize for the long term for your portfolio. Now, the other thing I want to say is this: when you get this book and you get this pen, I'm not affiliated with any of these sites, by the way. I just want to make sure I'm giving you guys all the stuff that I use and my team uses. There's no affiliate links. I just want you guys to have the things that are going to last long. When you get this, look into getting a fireproof bag or a fireproof box from Amazon. Because if you have all this stuff put up somewhere in the house, if the house catches fire, it don't matter if it's waterproof, it burned up, right? So I would rather you guys have like a fireproof bag is like a couple bucks off of Amazon. You can get that thing in no time. So you can put your waterproof book in your fireproof bag, and you put it somewhere in the house, maybe a closet, maybe a safe, something like that, but it keeps it safe, right? So that way it's a great gift to give to somebody as well, because you never know what can happen, right? We've seen these things, get lost. People, put their things certain places and people come in and they take them. If nobody knows what this stuff is and you put it away somewhere and they just see a bag that just says, something silly on it and they don't know if it's fireproof or not, you know what it is, right? Always make sure that you're not explaining this stuff to people that aren't close to you, right? When you have this kind of information, when it comes to private keys and seed phrases, this is only marital, family, mother, daughter, father, son conversations, all right? You don't go around to your neighbor saying, hey, neighbor, nice lawn. Let me show you my private keys. Like, listen, that can go a whole lot of directions. You don't want to have that happen, all right? I want you guys to stay in the know of how important this stuff is. The same way you wouldn't tell everybody your social, private keys and seed phrases are the same on the same level, all right? Now, without any other further ado, we're going to jump right into the sauce, all right? We got the security information. We got everybody all plugged into that. What I want to talk to you guys about for a few moments is what's happening right now inside of DCX and what's going on right now inside of crypto. Okay. Now let's get that out of there. So essentially what we see right now is the market's definitely on a tear. It's running up. We already made new highs. We're having a little bit of a pullback. I'm excited. I'm amped. I'm thrilled. But we have to understand that what's happening right now is a part of a cycle, right? It's a part of waves in the market. Now, typically in crypto, we have a certain amount of waves that come in and we have to take advantage of those waves during the bull run. All right. So let me see here if I can show you guys one of the things. I can go to my slides for you guys real quick. Let me grab it and I'll show you what I mean in just a second. If I can find, I have so many slides on my computer. Every time I think I'm organizing something, there's like a million new slides I go through. And I'm like, oh, there they go. Got to redo this stuff again. Let's see. Can I find it? Sheesh. Yeah, I have so much stuff in here. Scrolling. I'm probably passing over and over and over again. Not paying attention to the waves. Let me see, because I want to show you guys how repetitive the market is. There we go. So right here is the slides, right? I love your hair, by the way, Dayla. So I love the way that we have these breakdowns. You're like, wait, what did he just say? So I love the way where we see the market lining up and it's very repetitive over and over and over, right? Cindy, your hair is amazing as well. So when we're taking time, yes, you, Cindy, your hair is awesome. So what we have going on right now, like, what do you mean? What we have going on in the market right now is essentially the three waves that move up, and then we have the reset, right? So back in 2011, we saw 1, 2, 3 waves. The market went and reset, right? We seen it again in 2013, 1, 2, 3 waves, the market reset. Once again in 2017, we had the big run up through the bull run, 1, 2, 3, and guess what? Market resets. Ladies and gentlemen, we've already hit around 60K. We had one wave. We ain't even seen another two. I'm like, so when I'm watching the news, they're like, Bitcoin's dead. Everybody hide your kids, hide your wife. I'm like, bro, like, what are we doing? Like, we're just getting started, right? And notice that whenever we see the waves, the second wave is usually like one of the biggest waves in the market. So I get so amped up about this stuff because the first wave was like a little, that second wave was like, boom. That third wave went crazy. Same thing here. Third wave went crazy. Same thing here. Third wave went crazy, right? I want you guys to be so excited about where we are because it's just getting started. This is not, some of y'all portfolios is looking good. Like, listen, I'll be feeling like Jodeci. If you think you, like, hey, wait until the last minute of this bull run when everything is going crazy. But once again, it takes a certain mindset that's going to be able to handle this. I keep telling you guys, the bull run is going to be fun, but it won't be easy. So knowing that, you have to know that the bull run is going to be an attack on you psychologically. This is why we have to be very attentive to the things we're letting in, right? Because faith comes by what? Y'all can put it in the chat for me. Faith comes by, I got to see it. I got to see where my family at right now. One of y'all put rubbing, I'm done, right? Like faith comes by Birdman hands. Like, no, hearing, there we go, right? When we understand that, you have to stand guard at the gate of your mind, right? We're not going to fake it till we make it. We're going to faith it till we make it. All right. So knowing that, we're receiving the right information, we're applying it, we're going out, we're getting everything we need done. And now moving forward, we don't have those inner distractions. We don't have that inner voice telling us, oh, it's time to get out. It's time to get out. You know what you're looking for. You've seen the historical data. You understand when the cycle is going to be over. And for some of you guys that are new, that don't know when these cycles end, check this out. Check this out real quick. Let's just have a little bit of fun for a second, right? So right here, actually, I'm going to go all the way back. I'm going to get you guys together with the whole chart. I ain't even going to play with y'all. So right here, we got our, boom. Right here, this is one of the things I want to show you guys. Notice every time Bitcoin makes a top, this little box pops up, right? This for me was game changer, right? This pi cycle top indicator. We know when Bitcoin's done when we start seeing this happen. Pi cycle top, price drops out. Pi cycle top, price drops off. Wouldn't it be nice to know every time Bitcoin's done making a run and we can go ahead and take profit without having all that fear, like, oh my God, I hope I don't miss it. I hope I don't miss it. Literally, the moment we got a red candle, we knew it was done. Let's go over again. Maybe only got it right one time. Let's see if it did it again. Up, pi cycle top, we got our red candle, no more highs. It was done. All right, let's see if it did it again. Maybe we were just right once or twice. We had one recently. Pi cycle top, red candle. We knew it dropped down. What I believe is happening in this wave is similar to this here. We had 2 pi cycle tops in 2013, and then we dropped down. And I think we're skipping phases. I think we're getting one phase of this, and we double back and we reset to the 2013 style of waves. And then in 2024, when everything resets again for the Bitcoin halving, right? We see all in 2024, when the halving happens again, we'll have a wave that'll be much more similar to what we got in 2017, right? But right now we're mimicking the 2013 wave, right? We had the big move up, prices pulled back, they retested, they pulled up, they stagnated for a while, then finally went absolutely parabolic. I mean, it literally went from around the price of around $123 straight up to around 1,100, right? Like parabolic, no slowing down, no red candles, just gone. So seeing what I'm seeing now, I'm paying close attention. I'm like, ooh, it's about to break out, retest, and go crazy. So I'm excited, but I want to see where the market goes from here. And just knowing, you guys know how I am with Fibonacci, how we had a zone for seller momentum, prices breaking out, pulling back down. We may get a 50%, 618 move, maybe they're back down into the 50K zone, and then get that big breakout and prices just run. Right? And we talk about short squeezes and how these are utilized to trap a lot of sellers in the market to push the price higher. But seeing what I'm seeing, understanding that we can kind of gauge exactly when this market is done, this gives us such an advantage of what we're looking at right now. It doesn't even require a lot of fear. And on top of that, we know when lower lows are being made, lower highs are being made. It didn't take us all day to realize this thing is done. It's time to take profit, right? So we're not going to be on the wrong side of anything, ladies and gentlemen. All this requires is that you just show up, be coachable, be teachable, and be open to learning about what's going on in the human experience, because getting the charting side of it is always going to be there. We're always going to be making sure you guys understand fibs and supply and demand and trend lines and understanding the different, top-down analysis from the daily, the weekly, the monthly, all of that good stuff. But when you're looking around you and you see how social media responds to things in the market, how mainstream media responds to things in the market, how your friends and family respond to things in the market, I want you to take very close notes on the human experience during a crypto bull run, because you're going to see the same thing happening in 2024. And you're going to say, I saw all of this happen like 4 years ago. Like I witnessed all the hype coins, everybody going crazy. They run up, they fall down. I witnessed all the people coming in, getting NFTs, didn't know what they were. And I saw all of that happen. You're going to see the same thing again, but in just different forms. And it's going to keep repeating. But if you can watch and monitor the human experience, it'll give you a good barometer of what the charts are going to be doing as well. So now we have that idea of staying ahead of the curve, because we're not participating with the 95 percentile. We're in that 5% that are free thinkers that are doing the right things at the right times with their wealth. and not falling into that rut. Like I talked about this on Go Live the other day. I was like, listen, now is the perfect time to tell the kids Santa didn't make it through the pandemic. He had a pre-existing condition and it didn't work out. All right. Christmas is canceled. I'm sorry. All right. We taking that money, we putting it in crypto. I know somebody was like, but I love Santa. Don't do this. Like, no, it's a wrap. Santa didn't make it. All right. We tried. COVID got him, y'all. I'm sorry. All right. It ain't funny. It's serious. All right. We got every 4 years, we get an opportunity to take advantage in this crypto space. If you want to waste it on putting a nice little, box underneath a tree, knowing that you can do that at the beginning of the year, you can do that again in January for somebody. Listen, I'm telling you, you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. We don't get these kind of opportunities in the market all the time. There's not going to be a reset for this next year. 2022, we may go into full bear mode where the market's just dropping. And yet and still, people are going to do what? Buy gifts during Christmas next year, right? 2023, the market may be going into consolidation mode, basically going through all the phases that I've told you about. And you're like, but I want to buy the presents now, Kurt. I want to get the gifts right here, right before everything goes crazy. I want to buy all the gifts, or let's just get a couple things and we'll double back after the bull runs over and we can get all the gifts we need. You can open your gifts on the beach, baby. I don't mind it because we're living someplace different now, right? But right now, let's just be mindful of the opportunity at hand and take full advantage of it. I gave y'all the perfect excuse. Santa didn't make it through the pandemic, all right? Feel free to use that. That one's on me. All right? Now, with what I've shown you guys today, the information that I've broken down for you, it does go much deeper. We like to take a deeper dive with Fibonacci. Dr. K loves Fibonacci. I love Fibonacci. It's one of those things where it's basically like it's just coded into the market, right? Like you see this stuff, it's consistent, it lines up, and it really helps you find really strong areas in the market, right? So I want to do something real quick, and I just want to show you guys how powerful this is. And I'm gonna go down to the daily for a second. And I just want to show you guys one of the things I love to do. This is like one of my soft flexes I do when I'm doing like breakdowns for people that are brand new to crypto. I show them in a trending market how powerful Fibonacci is, whether it be up or down, right? And I show them how powerful it is in the consolidating market. So in a trending market, we like to utilize the 50% 618 zone, right? People always say, well, what makes that zone so special? Why is that zone so important when it comes to getting in and out of setups or finding trades or doing stuff like that? Well, one of the things I like to explain, let me see here if I can show you guys. Here we go. One of the things I like to explain is that the 50% 618 zone is basically already coded into the market. Now, this here is one of the things I was Googling back in the day, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. Now, when you see HFT, you think about high frequency, right? You're thinking about binary options. You're thinking about, sheesh, right? Millie Mill, shout out, right? But I want you guys to see through this and understand this is something bigger than what we're utilizing inside of IM. This is global, right? Right? HFT, right? High frequency trading is a program trading platform that uses powerful computers to transact large number of orders in fractions of a second. This is a program that every bank in the world is utilizing. Every hedge fund in the world is utilizing. Every private investing family that has large amounts of money that put into the market, they're utilizing HFT bots, right? High frequency trading bots. Why are they doing that? Essentially, they had a guy that used to trade for them, or a girl, whoever it may have been, right? And let's say Kelly, right? Because Kelly's a universal name. Kelly would come in, trade for him. But let's say if Kelly has a bad day, right? I'm winging it with the Kelly name, right? Kelly has a bad day. Let's say Kelly's family's going through some things, or he's having health issues, or he got a flat tire on the way to work. Now Kelly can't trade and be their best self for the bank to make money through Kelly's skill. So now the bank says, let's just go ahead and implement a bot that can do Kelly's job without any emotion, right? And now we're not dealing with that ebb and flow that comes along with this person. We've eliminated the human error in our profiting, right? So now this bot, more times than not, is profitable for the bank. But the funny thing is, it transacts those large number of orders in a fraction of a second. It uses complex algorithms, Fibonacci. Ooh, excuse me, let me sip my water. So complex algorithms to analyze multiple markets, Forex, futures, options, derivatives, precious metals, crypto, Crypto, sorry, the record was skipping. And executes orders based on the market conditions. All right. This is what woke me up right there. The market conditions. It executes the orders based on the market conditions. So in a trending market, it's going to execute orders in a certain area. In a consolidating market, it's going to execute orders in a certain area. You want me to show you how fibs work into that and how it's the cheat code? And it's going to blow your mind. So like I said, this is already coded in because every bank, every hedge fund, every private investor, they're already doing it. They're already using this stuff. So that being said, I like to show you guys this right here is another slide that I think is amazing. It shows Fibonacci in its simplistic form from a low point to a high point, and prices pulling back down at a 382 zone on the Fibonacci scale. It's considered a strong trend. And just to simplify this, if prices break lower than the 382, as long as it doesn't touch 50%, it's still considered strong. Okay. If prices come down and they touch 50%, this is considered a normal trend, right? Normal trend at 50%. If it breaks lower than 50%, bounces along below the 50% level, but never touches 618, it's still considered normal. If prices break lower and touch 618, it's considered a weaker trend. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been an adult for a while now, and I've gone shopping. And when I went grocery shopping, you ever seen like weak hot sauce, right? You get some hot sauce that says weak, like not really strong, but I've actually seen hot sauce say strong on the bottle. How many times have you gone out and got hot sauce and it said normal, right? And I'm a Sesame Street kid. I grew up watching Sesame Street. Remember that song? One of these things is not like the other. One of these things doesn't belong. Yeah, that hit me over the head when I saw this right here. Think about the word normal. Normal means typical, average, more times than not. So when I tell you in a trending market, prices normally like to come to the 50% zone. Oh, that's crazy. So check this out. We're on a daily time frame. I'm going to take this fib, low point, down here at the bottom, high point, up here at the top, 50%, 618. We broke down below 50, but we didn't touch 618. So this is still considered what, y'all? It's still considered what? Normal. Check it out. Bitcoin came right down here and said, oh, okay, we in 50%. We're trending. Pew, straight to the upside. Ain't no way in the world it's going to do it twice. Low point to the high point, 50%, 618. We came down. We touched 618, right? Pulled back up, and then Bitcoin did what? Stabilized for a minute, then pew, ran straight to the upside. It's no way it's going to do it 3 times in a row. Come on, Bitcoin. Don't embarrass me in front of company. You can't make it this easy. All right. Now what do we got? Let's bring this down a little lower, 50%, 618. This was so close, it almost wicked off the zone and ran back to the upside, family. This is what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. Fibonacci is already coded into this market. We don't have to guess. We don't have to fight. We don't have to go back and forth with it. It's literally already in. What about to the downside then? What about in the down market, right? High point down to the low point here, right? I'm just going 50%, 618, this bad boy up right here. Prices, let me pull this up a little bit here. Prices came down, almost got to my 50%, and it broke lower. It didn't even come back up and touch my area. It just completely dropped off, right? Normally, sometimes I'll come down here and I'll utilize this high, but I just want to give you guys the big swing here from high to low. I can't even get the 50%, but it dropped, pulled down, and made a lower low. Now I'm going to redraw my fib again. I'm going to go from this high point down to this low point here. Let's just see, 50%, 618 zone. Price pulled right into my area, dropped right off. It's no way. This is not going to work again. Let's just see. I don't know. Let's just see, family. High point down to the low point here. Right in my area, 50%, 618 zone. Bitcoin lined up in the area, drop off. Are you serious right now? It's going to just keep doing that? Let's try it again. High point down to the low point right here. All right, lowest closing candle. Let's just box it up and see if it hits in our area. 50%, 618 zone for the sell. Sheesh. Bitcoin. Why you acting like that? Why you trying to flex in front of everybody like it's just this easy to trade crypto? Because this was in 2018 when I first became an educator, and everybody who was coming to my classes was saying, Kurt, why are you trading Bitcoin? This thing ain't doing nothing but going down. Hide your kids, hide your wife. This thing is the worst asset in the world. Or we was on MT4 making a gang of Bitcoin the whole way down because we funded our MT4 in Bitcoin. So every time I win, they got to pay me in what? Yep, Bitcoin. So we rode this bad boy down the whole year over and over and over and over. Let's see if we can get one more for just, giggles, right? Let's just see here. High point down to the low point here. I don't even know, y'all. Let's just see. 50%, 618 zone for seller momentum. Let's just stretch it all the way out. Sheesh. Tested, wicked off that bad boy. And then all of a sudden, all of that hard work you put in for the whole year, because God doesn't bless the intentions. God blesses the actual work. You got this big old drop as a reward on top of these moves. So imagine taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down. I told you I'm a Sesame Street kid, right? I got all the jokes. So these are the things that I love to show you guys because it shows you the consistency of Fibonacci. Mind you, what time frame are we on? This ain't no 30 minute. This ain't no 4 hour. This is the daily. And when I take my trades, I go down to the 30 minute to look for my entry. So I have a potential 30-minute stop loss with a daily take profit, or if not a weekly take profit. This is why I tell you guys, when Dr. K is telling you get your percentage for the week and be done, you ain't got to be here all day looking at this stuff. You learned this skill for time freedom, not to sit here and stare at these charts all day. Listen, family, when I first learned how to trade, I used to be light-skinned, right? I used to look just like Drake. The charts darkened me up. I used to like El DeBarge for my older family, all right? Them days is gone. I'm chocolate now because of these charts. That's why my screen is always dark, because the light screen, it tanned me up. I got this golden brown from trading this long, all right? I don't want that for y'all. I need y'all out living y'all lives, getting some vitamin D, not getting tanned up by the screen every day, all right? So just know when we do this stuff, family, it's for simplicity's sake. It's for coming into the market and making sure that you have a system that's duplicatable, not just for yourself, but for your family. Because you're learning it's not just for you. You want to teach your children, your grandchildren. You don't want anybody telling your family what they worth per hour. Them days are done, right? We know we're here for. We know this is much bigger than a couple dollars. This is much bigger than a couple coins. This is us setting ourselves up for the future. We're future-proofing our last names forever. All right. Now, I've given you guys trending to the up, trending to the down. Check this out for the consolidated market, because some of y'all are going to laugh when I show y'all this. All right. So in this example, I have a low point. Bitcoin came all the way down to 3K. Everybody was screaming, get out, get out. Bitcoin's dead. I got a low point and I got a high point, rose back up to around $4,000. These were dark days in crypto, by the way. I remember going to class and people was in there looking like it was depressed in Go Live. All right. Teaching on these days. But notice what we're doing here. We're no longer trending in this area, right? I can't use my 50% like I would like to. Don't get me wrong. Price definitely came in here and tested 50% for a potential buy. It definitely came through and showed out, right? It did the walkthrough like when I walked through. But we had to be very patient with this one. What area am I really looking at? I'm looking at the 786, 886 zone now because we're consolidating. This is so powerful because the 786, 886 zone, you're going to take some of the best trades with the best risk management. It's going to blow your mind. And the thing I love about these zones is Christopher Terry teaches about these zones all the time. He gave a class a while back, and I remember in the academy, like when I was blessed. Well, with me and Dr. K, we were blessed when we came into the academy because the back office videos was all Chris. So we was back there getting all the sauce. Like I was so heated when they redid it. I was like, no, give me the videos back. But Chris had a video where he talked about nodes in the market. Like I said, I'm an old school cat, right? So I grew up in a household. We didn't have circuit breakers. I remember back in the day, like when electricity went out on one side of the house, you had to go downstairs and do what? Open the fuse box, and you had to unscrew that bad boy and put another one in, right? Like a little nail, you got to unscrew that boy and put another one in there. I remember, like, if the bathroom went out downstairs, my sister's room would go out and like the den would go out, right? And we got to plug this in and we got to get all of them back together, right? So you had to be careful when you plug the heaters up back because you can knock half the house out. So it reminded me of how the house has certain nodes throughout it, right? There's power nodes. This node connects these three rooms. This node connects this room. This node connects this room. So in the market, there are nodes where buyers live And we have to find those nodes. So low to high, 786, 886 zones, I can find powerful areas where buyers may show up. And I have the information I need because I already know there's an imbalance of buyers here, right? This is telling me there are buyers here. They may come back. And we can gauge these areas based off of, have there been any retests after this area taken off? None. Awesome, great, phenomenal. It's a fresh zone. It strengthens our level of success. Now, not only that, I can do this in reverse. I can go from this high point to this small low point here. Now, check this out. High down to the low point. I can also box up an area of potential supply, right? So I have demand at the bottom and I have supply at the top, right? So let me get rid of these for a second and I'll explain to you guys what I'm looking at. So I have my area for potential buyers here and I have my area for potential sellers here. Guys, all I've done is gone from low to high, and I filled out this area for potential buyers here, potential buyers here. I've gone from high, he's silly, I'm the man. Right? I got high to low, and notice what I got here. Another area for potential sellers at this zone, right? So now, guys, I've boxed the market in. It has to communicate with me now. I love this because you can translate what the market really wants to do based off these areas now. Low to high, we're looking for a buy. Price bounces back and forth, and it's trapped in between potential buyers and potential sellers. But now we have a great imbalance of sellers still waiting at this area here. Price runs up to the area. Guess who shows up? Sellers. We drop down. Price comes down this area. Guess who shows up? Buyers. When we're taking trades from these areas, one of the reasons why I said these areas are so powerful, guys, look at the risk to reward. My stop loss is going to go just on the other side of that zone for a potential buy. My stop loss for the sale is going to go just on the other side of this zone for the sale. So now I have this itty bitty area of risk, big potential room for buyer momentum, right? So pay attention. For a long position here, if my entry was here, my take profit was here at these levels here, my stop loss was right at this area here. This is already 2.3. I'm making double what I'm risking. These are the setups we take, right? Same thing here. If I took a sale from this position, right, guys? Right here's my entry. Right here is my TP, right? This is my stop loss right there. This is a 3-to-1. I'm making 3 times as much as I'm risking. If I can't show you something that makes sense, I wouldn't even be talking about it right now, right? So when I see Dr. K drawing out fibs, I'm like, y'all don't even understand what she's doing for y'all right now. You have no idea. She plugging y'all into the matrix and you ain't even know it. All right. So when you see this stuff, pay very close attention to her classes. Pay very close attention to the information because now not only is she giving you Fibonacci, but she's wrapping it inside of what's going on with the Ichimoku as well. So you're getting all this information smothered together. You have no choice but to start seeing how the market's communicating with you right now. Notice something we can pick up on that the market isn't actually saying outright. We spend some time down here. The more time we spend at an area, the weaker it becomes. But we saw what? A big imbalance of buyers show up where we expected it. Same thing here. A big imbalance of sellers where we expected it. The thing I want you to notice that most new students miss out on is what is the difference between both of these touches? We had a nice touch here for buyers, a nice touch here for sellers. The thing I want you to notice is price moved much deeper into this area than it did for this area. Yeah, that makes a difference because it shows this area is weakening. Price made a deeper push. Those buyers took a lot of sellers out to even get this far into this zone. So if we continue to come back here, this area could be very weak over time. We had a very shallow touch of this area. Prices took off quick, showed a lot of demand down here, right? Prices moved into this area, big drop off, much deeper move, weaker zone. Now what happens? Price comes back, test the area, test the area, test the area. We break into the area. And not mind you, what did it look like? When we had that deeper move, we went from low point, high point, low point, high point, higher low. Did this area here do something interesting? It created a higher high from our previous highs. This told us we are trending now, right? Right? If we're going low, high, higher low, higher high. We're trending. What do we look for in a trending market, ladies? And what areas are the best zones in a trending market for a potential entry? I'm telling you how the market's talking to you the whole time. This told us we were trending again. So on the pullback, I should be looking for a normal retracement, right? Where did the market pull back to, family? Ooh, 50% 618 zone, where we expect to see a trending market pull back to. Bitcoin's been screaming the entire time, and some people just didn't listen. And when it started to trend, this gave us a heads up that a breakout was imminent. We broke above our last zone of supply. Big buyers took off. This is what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. So drop me some 333s if this is clicking for you guys, right? Is it starting to resonate a little bit? The subtle things. The market said deeper move into an area of sellers, not a strong zone for sellers. And like structurally, we've made higher highs than our previous highs. We're essentially looking to break out now. And sure enough, spent a lot of time up here, and finally big breakout, right? And the fun thing is when it broke out, it didn't come back to these areas. Guess what happened? These zones become buyer momentum zones now. When everything took off to the upside and COVID hit and we saw that crazy pullback, guess where price went to? Our zone we knew buyers were waiting, right back here. It came all the way back into our zone that we knew buyers lived here now. Took off, COVID hit, beautiful buy at 4K. And from there, gone. All because of Fibonacci communicated that to you. The area is invalidated by buyers. When it comes back, there's no longer any sellers at that zone. Buyers keep going on, right? So now, seeing what I'm seeing in the market, this is why I'm excited, because when I see a high point going down to a low point, I had a 50% 618, market came, hit the area, spent a lot of time, broke above and showed that it invalidated this area. We know buyers are getting stronger. We pull back. So it looks like it wants to do what? Start trending. What did I have to look for in a trending market? Low point to high point. Where's my entry going to be? 50% 618. Guys, clutch entries. Risk reward is flawless. I feel like Beyonce. I'm not going to sing the song, but flawless, right? So you get used to seeing the levels line up, right? I can hear Ruth Ann. I woke up like this. So you get into the zones and it lines up exactly where you want to see it line up. We have to become much more patient with our trading. Not every move in the market is a money move. Not every move in the market screams enter, enter, enter. We have to be very patient. A lot of market to come to us. So listen, family, prices are taking off now. We're breaking above an old zone that was once a zone for seller momentum. We've broken above it, tested it. We're pulling back slightly. Even inside this pullback, ladies and gentlemen, we're trending. I'm looking at low point to the high point, right? You guys are already seeing it for yourself, but I'm going to draw it out anyway. We're getting real close to a potential entry zone for Bitcoin to make a decision. And then pum. And if anybody in here got kids, you know, ain't nothing faster than pum. They get to running, pum. You already know what I'm talking about. Everybody, all the parents like, bruh, I've been on the couch like, what was that? So you already know. But this is why I get excited, because the opportunities keep lining up for us over and over and over. And also, it's not going to take me all day to understand if this wants to keep running. If we break lower than around 51K, I'm going to know that these sellers are getting stronger. Hey, guys, start taking profit. Let's wait it out and find a better entry. Simple. Does it make sense? Is it starting to resonate? Are you picking up what I'm putting down, right? Is it starting to make some sense for some of you guys, right? All right. I appreciate you, Alicia, because I want to make sure we getting everybody together, man. I see the nod. I got you, family. We here. All right. So that's going to do it for me today, family. I got another call in like 8 minutes, but I wanted to make sure I brought some sauce for you guys. Not only give you guys insight on how to research coins or how to look for things or how to see the beauty within what we already have in crypto, but just understanding that even inside of Go Live, like, you're going to get that extra bit of information that puts you so far ahead of the norm that it's almost unfair. Like when you guys leave Go Live and y'all go talk to y'all friends and family in the streets, they looking at you like you got 4 eyes across your forehead because they don't know what you know. They haven't been on the other side. It's like when Moses went to the top of the mountain and came back. It was like, what are you talking about, Moses? Where do you get these rocks from with words on them? Like, what do you mean a burning bush spoke to you? Right? They didn't experience what he experienced. So you have a different type of vision than they have. So you got to be patient with people when you're explaining this. You got to be patient with yourself because you may still be learning a lot of this stuff. It's a lot to take in the first few days, weeks, and months. But over time, just being around the conversation, just being open to learning, just being in a place where this can resonate with you. Because some people, it takes them a while. I remember I see inbox all the time. People say, Kurt, I watched your vid videos over and over and over. It's like my 19th time watching it, and then it clicked for me. You never know when you're going to get that aha moment. Just be open to doing the work. That's it. That's it. Just don't be afraid to do the work. Don't be afraid to not have all the answers in the beginning and just do the work. Take notes like a madman or a madwoman. Like go into these calls and just write, because something different happens to your mind chemically when you're writing things down, right? You ever like sat and heard an audiobook, and then when you sat and actually read the book, you picked up on different things. And then when you took notes on the book, it was over. Like you were on a completely different connection with that book. That content was almost like ingrained into your mind, right? So it's no different with this, guys. Like this skill can pay you unlimited levels of income, but it requires that you give up a lot of old habits to become disciplined enough to allow it to do that, right? Your new life is going to cost you your old one. You can't bring it with you. You can't. Becoming a millionaire and a billionaire requires you become a different type of person, okay? And some of y'all are the chosen ones in your family because everybody's not going to see it how you see it. You can't explain this to other people and them feeling the same way you feel, all right? So understanding that you're the chosen one, I had somebody recently tell me, some people are just built to be needed. That's it. Some people are just built to be needed. It may not seem fair, but I will say this. If you're built to be needed, God holds you in a special place for that purpose. A lot of things can't even come across your path because you're just built to be needed. So walk in that. Don't be ashamed of it. Don't shy away from it. Lean into the responsibilities of being needed. Get the information so you can share it, because my mentor always tells me, whatever you're afraid to give, you're going to lose. And I want to make sure that you guys are always in a place of giving, a place of abundance, and a place of gratitude, so everything can always flow to you. Gratitude is the language of the universe, and giving is the currency of the universe. If there's any area in your life where you feel like you're not getting enough, it's because you're not giving enough. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and digress. I'm going to get off my soapbox. I appreciate you letting me come on and see just having some fun with the fam real quick.
Thank you so much, Curtis. Y'all throw some fire emojis in the chat for Curtis. Thank you for pouring so much in us. I know you got to go for your next call, and I really appreciate it. Real quick, tell them how to find you on Go Live and so that they can plug in. Are you doing the Black Friday? Oh
yeah, I'm on every day. Every day they got me on the schedule. I'm on it. I was on my birthday sitting there like, hey, y'all know where I'm gonna be at on my birthday. So this is one of the, man, we on number 2 already. Shish. Okay.
Yes.
Man, listen, every day I come on here, I'm like, man, this is good. DCX is just, we slowly getting up in there. So I see you a lot of let's go. So all right. So in order to find my sessions, and I have like 2 different channels, right? So Mike Sotero, that's my bro. He teaches DeFi on Sundays and on Tuesdays. And then we come together on our joint class every Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we also have another class every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Now, some people say, well, Kurt, why you got it at 6? I remember when it used to be 9. I liked it at 9. We wanted to cater as well to the people in the UK because, you know, the time difference is vast. We want to make sure everybody has an opportunity to watch us. I know the recordings aren't always as fun as watching it live. Some folks on the West Coast, they missed out on it because you're still at work. I understand. But we want to make sure everybody has an opportunity to come through. And you guys know I'm back on at 9 o'clock on Friday. So we still going to have some fun. Ain't like nothing in change, right? So every Friday and Saturday, right? All the club nights I'm teaching. So I'm keeping make sure y'all stay in the house, not in the club. So y'all come to Club Kobane and Club Crypto. It's the only club that pays you to get in. Ladies free before 11. Tell your friends. And then every Saturday we do live at 5. We cover the low cap coins, right? So we talk about projects that haven't gotten a lot of money flown into them yet. They're still open to having a lot of adoption, a lot of partnerships, and it gives you an opportunity to see how to research coins that don't have big amounts of money or big, teams yet, but still have huge potential to take off. Like one of the ones we brought up was like Ohm. Olympus, listen, that thing went wild. Everybody grabbed it like $200. It ran at like 1,300. Another one we talked about was like something like a Uniswap. So not Uniswap, Helium. Helium, we got at $1. And Helium ran at like 50 bucks. Everybody went crazy off of Helium, right? One of our top projects we got was Matic. We got Matic at $0.01 and it ran to $3. And everybody went crazy off of that one. So it's been an absolute joy just to see the gains from inside of the community. So many people who haven't had a chance to touch, 10K in a trading account or an investing account. To see that now for a lot of people is beautiful. But I keep telling people like we ain't even done. Like I run to folks all the time like, bro, I'm so thankful. I just showed y'all family, like the waves are literally we ain't done. We only on we haven't even really gotten to the second wave yet. Right. So I'm excited. I'm amped up. And yeah, these are the sessions we're going to be on. So Monday, Wednesday, me and Mike together, and Friday, Saturday, I'll be on my own session. So definitely check us out. Make a schedule, put it inside your Google alerts, let everybody know is when we're going to be getting it in. And just as you guys know, the alt-fi strategy that we're going to be launching really soon is going to be inside of the Swipe Coin app. So like when you go inside of let's see here, there we go. Like the DCX, what is it? The Swipe Coin Scalper, right? You'll see our strategy inside of that one, right? So in here, you'll see like we have, what is it? Swipe Coin Scalper right here. AltFi will be inside of the strategies, right? So you'll see original, smooth, and then AltFi will be inside of there, right? And we'll be launching that really soon. I know it's like when AltFi, right? We're waiting on the coders. We're working on it now. So we're working on some stuff. You guys know it's like the company's going through so many transformations with the back office, the website, the new products, with travel, with futures. We got all these amazing things popping up, and we got to just get in line pretty much. So we're just waiting on our turn to go ahead and drop our stuff, but it's already done. It's being worked on. Once they plug it in, we'll be ready to roll, and you guys are going to get some value from that as well. And we got a whole tour coming up. The tour dates will be coming up soon, so I'll make sure I'll drop that to Auntie so we can all link up. But I know we're going to Atlanta for sure, and I know we're going to Florida for a couple of weeks as well. So a lot of big things moving.
Well, thank you again. And Curtis, I look forward to seeing you in Texas. I will be giving you the flyer as soon as I get corporate to make it. And you just let me know what day you're ready next week. Y'all stay tuned and look for the flyer and follow my favorite nephew. So Curtis, thank you for all the good notes. I think I wrote down as much as I most possibly could. But I got the recording, so I'm gonna go back and look at it again.
I appreciate
your
it.
Thanksgiving.
Tell hubby I said what's up. What's going on, bro? I see you over there.
All right, guys. Hey, y'all enjoy this good teaching and training you're getting. Enjoy your holidays.
They can't see you. You guys lean in more.
I gotta lean into you.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
There go your uncle.
Let's go. What's going on, sir? Listen, I love seeing y'all together, man. Like you guys are the epitome of a power couple. You are such a great example of how to love your wife, my brother. I appreciate you. I thank you for the man you are, and I'm thankful for you. Like anybody told you today, man, you the man, bro.
No, my friend, you the man. We appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you.
You guys have a great time with family and friends over the holidays. Be safe.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you. Love you guys. Talk to you soon, Curtis. Y'all have a good one.
Love you, Auntie.